Their situation begins with commentary creator Henry Resilient discussing publicly available divorce filings involving NMP and Malena. During his stream, he walks viewers through documents he claims outline what is being requested as part of the divorce proceedings. According to the paperwork shown on screen, one of the major discussion points revolves around the division of assets and financial valuation. Henry highlights competing valuations between the parties, referencing spreadsheets that allegedly estimate different total net worth calculations, depending on whether certain investments and business shares, including OTK-related holdings and stock assets, are included or excluded. He frames this as a disagreement over how much each side believes the estate is worth and how it should be divided. He then moves into what he describes as post-divorce financial requests. In the document displayed, Malena is shown requesting post-divorce maintenance payments, with language indicating a proposed monthly amount for a fixed multi-year period. Henry presents this as part of standard divorce negotiations rather than a final ruling, emphasizing that these are requests listed within filings rather than confirmed outcomes. The stream continues into sections referencing asset protection and enforcement requests. Henry highlights portions of the document that appear to request financial judgments tied to stock holdings and business interests, alongside sections outlining how taxes, liabilities, and property refunds would be divided between the parties. Another part of the filing he reads references requests for legal fees to be covered, as well as language about potential injunctions restricting public statements related to the divorce or litigation. He explains this as an attempt, according to the document language, to prevent either party from publicly discussing or publishing statements that could negatively impact the other while the case continues. Throughout the segment, Henry presents the documents as an overview of what is being requested inside the divorce process, repeatedly treating them as proposed terms and arguments rather than final court decisions. The focus of his breakdown is explaining how complicated financial separation becomes when business ownership, brand equity, and shared income streams are involved. This whole thing really comes down to which version of his net worth the court believes. Brashi wants the Charizard. I don't understand why she should get $5,000 a month for 5 years. It's not like she stayed home raising kids and couldn't earn money. They had the same job. Post-divorce maintenance? $5,000 a month for 5 years? What kind of BS is that? Is she became disabled or something? I'll put money on no matter how much NMP loses, he makes back times 10 in the next year. He only streamed 4 hours, hardly did sponsors, and had lowest ad rev on over the 10 years. Guy is going to come back with gambling ads, oil money, and everything under the sun just to spite her. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. She deserves her share, but wanting the Charizard is proof she's being petty. She really believed she was more important than she was, and he ended up replacing her fast and kept pushing with no problem. That conversation starts with a debate that pops up constantly in competitive gaming. Which game actually has the highest skill gap? Recently, streamer Jinxie sparked that debate by arguing that Rocket League stands above every other game when it comes to the difference between beginner and top-tier play. That take quickly spread online and eventually reached XQC, who reacted to it live on stream, responding in the following clip.
If you think Fortnite has a higher skill gap than Rocket League, let me destroy your argument right there. In Fortnite, you can be better than somebody, but if you have worse ping than them, they're just gonna shit on you. Rocket League is probably, undeniably, the highest skill game I've ever seen in my entire life. I cannot name a singular video game that requires more skill than Rocket League.
Overwatch.
I'm not trolling.
Rocket League is debatably the game with the...
Overwatch is an infinite scale, aiming increments in a 3D space with incremental and dynamic movement and height and depth that you need to adjust in real time while strategizing and communicating. By far the most complex aiming style of any game. It is the highest. It has projectile at dynamic speeds. It's by far the hardest.
I'll die on the hill that Tier 1 Fortnite is the hardest game. Has XQC ever played a single FNCS endgame? Or even a Cash Cup Open Lobby endgame? Has even played a Pubs Reload endgame? There's a reason why so many Fortnite go pro in literally any other game. Peterbot could pick up Overwatch and be a Tier 1 pro within a week. Benji Fishy was Grand Champion in RL, and he played it casually while being a Tier 1 pro and Radiant in Valorant, when he was playing it casually when he was a Fortnite pro in Chapter 2. Fortnite legit had to make the game easier for casual players by removing the building mechanic to make the game more accessible because of the intimidation of having to learn how to build even at an entry level.